Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitchin with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a great day. Well, today we are going to start the peacock that I got this morning. It is a 14 count. It's 122 by 61. Yeah. And I'm starting over here in this corner, just because I wanted to work with the blue and not work on the flower. Yeah. So I'm going to do it in a half cross stitch and 2 threads. And the color that I'm using is 995. I had to think about that. I've had 996, but this is 995. So what is everybody up to today? Did any of you get any of those crazy storms that came through? Yeah, we were supposed to get maybe an inch. Yeah, we got about 6 inches. Yeah, it was special. What can I say? Yeah, I was not a happy camper. It snowed probably the whole time that I was at work. You know, whether it was snowing a little bit harder or just like that constant fine stuff. Yeah, it was special beyond belief. Yeah. But it was not busy at all. So, yay. But I did get out of there on time, and then I pulled a really good one. I knew it was going to be nicer today. I mean, it wasn't like I was going to the store because I thought today was going to be crappy and that kind of thing. So I went to the store, I had to pick up a few things, and I picked up stuff to make French onion soup. It's a quickie French onion soup. It's nothing, you know, too terribly bad. And I got home and I was like, oh, I'm kind of tired. I don't know what I want to eat and blah, blah, blah. Ended up, I made this quickie French onion soup. I take Campbell's French onion soup and I have a bowl that holds 2 cups of water. So I added maybe 2/3 of a can of water to it, and then I take a piece of French bread, cut it, put it in the bowl, and let it absorb the French onion stuff. And then I put like 2-3 slices of, what do you call it, Swiss cheese in there. And then I put it in the microwave and nuke it. That's my idea of French onion soup, the easy way, right? Yeah, I know, in a big restaurant, they do something a whole lot different. They would put it in the oven, but no, we didn't have time for that. So anyway, I ate that, went to bed. I got up this morning and went, oh, crap. You know what I did before I went to work, thinking, okay, I will, you know, I don't know how crappy it's going to be, so I'll get out 2 things of my ham and beans. Well, I call it ham hocks and beans because that's what I used this time. And I had set them in a pan to defrost because they were frozen, right? Yeah, I forgot all about that until this morning. Yeah, and there they sat. Oh, I was so pissed. So, yeah, I guess I'll be throwing those away. Yeah. I hate when I do stuff like that, but evidently I was just way too distracted. So, I don't know what I'm having today for dinner at all. I haven't gotten that far. So, yeah. So that's how my day went yesterday. But it just kept snowing and snowing and snowing. It's like, okay, you can quit anytime now. And it wasn't in the least bit slick. When I got ready to go to work, it was already slush. You know, it was that kind of a snow. It started out powder, and by the time I cleaned off my car, it was more like wet snow. You know, it's like a spring snow, if you will. I need coffee today, honest. Yeah. I didn't sleep worth a dang because I had to mop the floor like 4 or 5 times, like right by the door, and pick stuff up, and oh yeah. So I kind of threw my hip out, if you will. I mean, lightly. Nothing too drastic. But I went to go lay down, and the pain in my leg was just outrageous. So I had to take 2 ibuprofen, before I could go to sleep at all. So somewhere after 2 o'clock in the morning, I fell asleep. Yeah, it was awesome. Oh, jeez. Whoops. Oh, doggone it. But I thought I would do this in half cross stitch because I thought that it would go easier and faster. So, we'll see. We will see. And I really can't tell how well it's covering because the symbol that I'm working on is black. Yeah, isn't that beyond words? But it does go faster when you only have to do half cross stitch. And this is a partial. My thread got all wound up. Yeah. Now I think I'm going to have to go to the post office today and see if they have one of my packages, because I had somebody email me saying, you should have gotten it on the 14th of February. I'm like, okay. Well, at the rate the post office goes here, yeah, no. We'll see. I thought they had given me everything. So, I'm just not sure what happened to that one. And then I'll have to email the company. I almost forget that I'm doing a half cross stitch here. I hope you can see okay. I can't bring it in any closer. So, yeah. And my daughter and I were supposed to go to the river today. Right now it is like 6 degrees. I don't know, it probably warmed up since I got up at 6:30. Yeah. We'll be taking a nap today. But it is going to get up in the 40s today, so I don't have a clue how that's all going to go, or if we will go. But I guess you'll see some videos if I do. I mean, we weren't going to go very far. We're just going to go right here in town. But I don't relish standing out in the cold. The wind is not picked up or anything. So, we'll see. We will see. I'd like for some of this snow to get gone. It's supposed to be sunny this morning, so it's out there. It's trying its best. I don't know, there is an awful space in between that. But we'll see. I didn't much want to use 3 threads on this. Maybe I should have. We will see. I have never done a full project in half cross stitch. So, not real sure how this will go. I started, oh, yeah, the peonies. Okay, get out of there. Come on. The peonies that are 18 count, I'm doing in one strand. So, we'll see. Has anybody else done a full project in half cross stitch? But some of these things are so big, I just think it would go a lot faster if it was, yeah. Half cross stitch. Should have thought about that on European Town, but here we are. And of course there will be some reviews, and we'll have our European Town Saturday. If I could just talk. Yeah. I just like to make some progress on these huge ones, you know? So, it is what it is. What was I going to show you? I did something, but I can't remember what the heck it was. We're having a little mind-bending week. I can't seem to remember things. What can I say? I worked a little bit yesterday on the tiger, but by the time I got home, you know, on Jasmine and Raj, after I made the video, and then when I got home I was just, whoops, totally fried. I don't think I did those right. Okay, what is going on here? You go that way. There we go. I thought I missed like 3 things, but I didn't. And I'm using the needle that came in the kit. That is another thing I want to talk about. I get these bigger kits from the stores that I do reviews, and they're, well, this one happens to be a Joy Sunday. Joy Sunday never ever comes with a toolkit. Hang on, I'm trying. That looks like this, ever. They come with 2 needles, that's it. That is their consistency. I don't care if it's this big or ginormous. It only comes with 2 needles. And, the other ones, the DIYs company, we'll call it the DIY Cross Stitch Company, it seems like it's helter-skelter, because I usually don't get a toolkit unless it's a big project. So, yeah, that's normal. Somebody was talking about how they had ordered 3 or 4 things and they didn't get any toolkits, and that they see that I get toolkits with every one of them. Well, 90% of the time I get a bigger kit. I don't get the little smaller things that are, let's call it 30 by 40, 40 by 50. They only come with 2 needles. So I'm thinking that when you have a bigger one, they will send you a toolkit. Whoops, I forgot what I was doing already. And I'm using the loop method just to start. And I'll just run this thread. That's why I picked this symbol, if you will. I forgot what I was saying. See what I mean? Holy cow, where is it? I got nothing. I lost my entire train of thought. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'll try to hold it. But it is covering pretty well. I think once I get the other colors around it, it'll be easier. Another thing that I've noticed on 14 count especially, is if I do a full cross and I have to go back in here and put, you know, another symbol or put one right there where that red one is, it's really hard to even do a full cross for me with the thread. So I think this will be just fine. The stuff from 123 Stitch is supposed to come. Let me pull you this way a bit. Sorry. Come tomorrow. So I'll do an unbagging of that and a stitch somewhere. On something or other, you know. And I didn't use my needle threader because it is too, well, it's okay, but when you start to pull thread through there, I've had broken the eyes of the needle on the smaller needles. I can't even use that needle threader for my 28 count either. So I just save it for the 11 count kids. Oh, goodness gracious. So I got no plans until I see what this silly weather's gonna do today. Somebody was talking about they got an ice storm. Like, oh my goodness. Oh, and I had another viewer that had something wrong with one of the kits. They had bought 4 kits, and something was wrong. Oh, the paper pattern didn't match. Let's call it that. Not didn't match, but it just, there was the colors. Like that one time where I had the symbol. It was a different symbol for, remember the flowers? What was that? Yeah. If you try to contact them within the last month, then you might have been right in the middle of Chinese New Year celebration. They shut everything down for like 2-3 weeks. I don't know. And they might have lost your email or whatever because they said they never got back to them. And so everybody's back to work in China. I mean, as far as, you know, it's not a Chinese New Year celebration. So you may try emailing them again, because I know I have talked to people that are there, you know, not personally on the phone, but, you know, through email communication. So try them again and see if that helps. And why am I doing that? Go back. That's what happens when I stitch and talk and stitch and talk. Oh my goodness, got something in my eye. Okay, get over there. I'm trying to stitch down and I can't see where the holes are. It happens. And then there was somebody else with some other problem, and I can't remember what it was. I'm trying. It's kind of hard to see the holes on this black symbol that I started with. Aren't you happy I started with black? Oh yeah. I have a heck of a time trying to stitch black on black fabric. It just sends me over the edge. Oh, I knew that was going to happen sooner or later. Came right up the one I went down. So I just go up, if I can find it, an extra, seriously? Well, usually I go up to the next square. Oh my goodness. And then I'll come back to the one I missed. That way I'm still in the same kind of rhythm. So anyway, I woke up this morning and I can still taste that French onion soup that I had. That was another thing. I had heartburn yesterday. It was swell as heck, I'm telling you. So I'm looking forward to getting the new counted ones in. I might do a stitch with me. We'll see how well it goes. They're all on 28 count fabric. Sometimes I have a little issue stitching on 28 count fabric and tucking. Yeah, I can do this in my sleep, but that, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We'll just try. My thread is all messed up here. So I just comb it with my fingernail and go from there. Didn't watch anything real exciting on Netflix last night at all. I just put on something that I had seen before and just kind of sat there like I was in a little coma. It was great. Yeah, I was pretty tired. That mopping just takes it out of me. Yeah, I think this half cross stitch is going to be just fine. Sometimes I have to go to a 28 size needle. Jeez. I did order some more of those because I go through them like water sometimes. And I wanted to make sure that I had enough, for the new projects. I did put this project in its own project bag because it has extra thread that goes with it. So I wanted it to be okay. And I thought it was too bulky. This fabric is ginormous. But isn't that a pretty blue? I don't know. Can you see how well that is? I'm having the worst time. There we go. Isn't that pretty? I bet this is one of the colors that's in the peacock. I wanted to start on the peacock, but this fabric was so huge I had to fold it like 15 times. I don't know if you can see it, it's all rolled up here. Yeah, it wasn't in my repertoire to figure out how to fold it this morning, so we're just kind of going with it and starting in this corner. Everything is fine. The only thing I don't like about this kit, let me show you. It's not a big deal, but to me it kind of is. Kind of ruins my rhythm. All these are folded like in half. So as I use the color, I will take them off and I'll make sure that it's just a loop. And it's easier to get your threads out and that kind of thing. Yeah, so I change them as I go. Because I'm not about doing each one of those individually and sitting there for 4 hours trying to do that. But you need to have them long if you're going to do that method where you just take one thread out. Yeah, because I've made the mistake of taking a whole, 6-strand thread. And now I feel compelled to just work through it, So if I pull one single strand of thread out at a time, I pulled 2 today for the video, then I don't have to work with that color for quite so long, because it takes forever to get through 6 strands. Do you know what I mean? Oh, yeah. It's a thing, but I don't know, it just ruins my whole rhythm. And I'm going to go back. I have another huge, it's about this size, 14 count. And I haven't done very much of it, but I'm going to go back and do, I've just got a little small-ish area. And fix it so it's only half cross stitch. Because that's just basically how I'm going to make it through these big, huge projects. Come on. Come on. I can't tell if I'm winding it or unwinding. There we go. All right. I don't want to pull it too tight. And I like how that half cross stitch looks. It's very nice. Alright, guys. Well, as you can see, that's all we got done with pretty much close to 2 strands, single strands of thread. So we'll just keep on going, then I'll go get one of this one, and then one of the red one, and one of the yellow one. Alright guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and please hit the bell. That way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you next time. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.